Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining or listening to us from. My name is AyoT, and this is another episode of the Home of Nigerian Football Podcast. I have with me another special guest, a player for the Super Falcons of Nigeria and CSKA Moscow's women's team in Russia. She's a veteran. She's a player that has, won multiple titles for Nigeria. She's competed at the highest level for us. I'm talking about Francisca Ordega. Welcome to the show, Francisca. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Yes. First of all, how are you doing? I know that of course the World Cup is still on, but you are back in your resident country. Getting ready to resume with your club. How are you doing? I hope you've rested.
I'm all right. I've rested, not enough, but because before I left, our league was still on because we're
Mm.
not playing due to FIFA restrictions with the Russia. So the league was still on even when I left. So I missed a couple of games. So when I got back, just rest for a couple of days and have to join them. I won't have a game tomorrow. So
Oh
yeah.
wow, wow. So thanks for making this time. Okay, let's get into the talk about the football. I mean, this was the 2020 FIFA Women's World Cup that took place in Australia and New Zealand. You've been a player for the Super Falcons for quite a number of years now, and you've been to multiple World Cups. But you know, nothing is ever guaranteed. You can never tell. Right now, we have, I think, in my opinion, so many good players, even a lot of good players that didn't make the team for the tournament. So how did you feel when you saw that list, when you got that call and you were part of the Super Falcons team for this tournament?
First of all, I will say we'll always have players both home and abroad. Every time the tournament, if we have both World Cup, AWC, qualifiers, whatever, we'll always have players. Nigeria is full of talent. We always have players. Not as if this year we have better players, but somehow we got a better tournament. But I
Mm.
promise you, every time, every year, we always have quality and good players professionally. Both the home base and the foreign base will always have players. So seeing my name on the list, I wasn't surprised, kind of,
Mm.
because like I said, we always have quality players, and I've been in the team for a very long time. I joined the team while I was in under 17. When I
Yeah.
played under 17, I was called up to play for the Super Falcons 2010, and we're just few of us. Was just me, Okobi, and one Lovett, but she's not playing. Three of us joined the senior team, so I've been there, and I was the only player from the three of us from U17 that went for the 2011 World Cup. Even you can tell there were likes of Mbachu, Perpetua, bigger names, you
Yeah.
know, you can think of. So, but I was the youngest among all the players who went for
Mm.
2011 World Cup. So yeah, I've been there for a very long time. I always hustle my way in. I don't look at me as a big player or I've achieved everything. I always struggle. I always fight whenever I'm being called upon to represent the country. So seeing my name, I wasn't shocked, but I was happy at least representing my country as well because
Yeah.
it's everyone's dream. So yeah, I was really happy.
Mm. And I mean, this was your fourth World Cup, representing Nigeria. How does that feel? In football, a lot of people dream of going to even just one World Cup. If they can go, they feel satisfied. But for you to have gone to four World Cups, how does that feel?
It feels great. Like kind of just like you said, even men's, women's, is rare to see people who have gone to three, four, five, six World Cups. And I'm here. I've been to four World Cups. What more can I say? Not to say thank you, Jesus, because it's not easy. It's
Mm.
been eight, 4 times 8. Like it's been a long time. 16, I guess, right?
Yeah, 16 years, yeah.
Yeah, playing for the Nigerian Super Falcons, and yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing when I look at the team and I see being one of the players who have been to the tournament, like the World Cup 4 times. They always give me that joy. If not Onome, of course, I would be me, Desire, Ohale, and who I think Tochi, who will be the
Yes.
highest World Cup. Yeah, but seeing me as being the second after Onome, it's great because many people who have started with, they're not there, but I'm still there. You
Mm.
know, many of us who played together back then, they're not there. It's just me, Ohale, Desire. Okay, Aziza joined us a year after. So yeah, she's still one of the old players. So I'm really happy. I'm grateful. I'm thankful for the great opportunity. Yeah. So 4 is a big deal to me. I promise.
Mm.
It's one of the best. I've set that record for myself. I saw it coming right from the time I started. So yeah, it's a big
And
deal.
and are you still hoping to go for number 5 in another 4 years? Is that something that you're thinking of?
Football is funny. Okay, look, imagine football is funny. Anything can happen. Yeah, so some people will be called to represent the country on the day to the invitation or the tournament. They will got injured, and at the end of the day, they
Mm.
will not be there. So I'm not saying I want to go for the fifth, or I'm saying I won't go. Whatever that happens is fine by me. If Ronaldo is still playing, if he can still go for another World Cup, then merci. Then what happened if I'm still active to play? If I'm still playing very competitive, why not? Where
Mm.
if for my me, Aziza, Desire, all of us were age group. So what happened? If it happens for me to be there, why not? I will.
Mm.
Onome
Amazing,
has
amazing.
6. Remember?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move forward now to Australia. This was I want to ask you about something that amongst the fans, amongst the media, there was a lot of talk before the tournament. Why are Super Falcons not playing friendlies? Why are they not playing against, Canada is playing against England, this country is playing against that country. For you as a player in that situation, was that something that bothered you at all? Or did you already feel like, no, the team is ready. We don't, even if we don't play, we're fine.
Of course, if you're going for that kind of tournament, you need quality games to prepare you, you know. So I would have loved to, but then again, you can look. We play a couple of games before the tournament. Every FIFA window, we've been playing bigger teams, bigger countries. So somehow, I'm like, oh, we've played them before, but I wish it happened to play
Mm.
the bigger teams to get us prepared ahead.
Mm.
But then I wasn't enough where we were. I wanted more. But then again, it's what it is.
Mm. Okay, and I mean, how when you guys moved to your hotel in Brisbane, to your team camp, how was the reception like? Did you feel very comfortable there? Did you feel like we're in a foreign place? So, how was it like in the team camp in Brisbane?
No, it was amazing. Actually, when you got to your room, there is this picture set pretty on your wall bedside.
Yeah, sorry.
You will see a lot of gifts like towels and sweet chocolates. The reception was amazing. Before you can even step into the rooms, from the entrance, that's the reception. There was a red carpet. A lot
Okay.
of people were there. A lot of Africans were there. So it feel like home, like away from home, but you are still at home. And they really make it very comfortable for us, the hotel people and the Africans living in Brisbane. It was amazing. And by the time you got to your room, you see a different atmosphere, a beautiful portrait of yours sitting pretty by your bedside. So it was a good feeling, like that's when it will hit you. You have to like, oh, now I'm in the World Cup tournament. This is
Mm.
women's tournament, not for children. This is a World Cup, no, or all African Cup of Nation, whatever. It's all started that moment. As soon as you step in and get
Mm.
that kind of reception, you now realize that, yeah, now I'm in this tournament. Yeah.
Mm. Amazing. Okay, so question, leading up to the game, the first game of the tournament, I mean, you still had a couple days. Mentally, how do you get yourself ready? Because one thing that I've learned from a lot of footballers is that in camp, no matter how much you want to train, you can only train a few hours a day. Maybe you have team meeting here and there, and then you have quite a lot of free time to yourself, to think, to do whatever. How do you mentally stay focused, get yourself ready for the start of the tournament?
As a professional, you should know what you want. You have to set some goals for yourself. You have to know what you want, how to do. That is the name professional. You have to be professional in whatever you do. And there is no, even if you're a professional, 30 minutes is enough for you to get yourself ready to train. mentally, physically. If you know that you have training the next day by 7 a.m., you should be able to, whoever you are talking to, at that time you're in um a tournament, a World Cup proper. So you should be able to know when to speak on phone, when not to, distractions, when not to read some certain times that will distract you from what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
So even if you have time for this, you also need to have time for this for yourself, because you are a professional. If you have training in the morning, you have all the time in the afternoon and evening for yourself. Maybe one in the afternoon you can as well read if you are good in reading. If you want to listen to music, you can do. If you want to talk with your teammates, you can as well do that. But when it's time for bedtime, when it's time for resting, you should rest, because the body need rest.
Mm.
For real, it need rest. So even if you train just 1 hour, if you eat properly, rest properly, it won't affect you at all. So it all boils down to you being a professional, how to manage your time and your body as well. Yeah.
Mm. Amazing. I love that response. A lot of young people can of course learn from that as well. Okay, let's get into the tournament. First
Mhm.
game of the World Cup for Nigeria. We're playing against Canada. I live in Canada, so I was watching Canadian TV. You
Oh,
know,
you in Canada?
yes, I live in Canada, so I was watching Canadian TV. I was hearing the build up. They were so cocky. They were so confident, that they're the Olympic champions. They've beaten Nigeria in 2022. They are ready. They have a better team than they've ever had. It was so annoying to watch as a Nigerian, So let me ask you, was there any, from your own perspective, was there any kind of doubt, any kind of fear, going into that game against Canada? Or did you feel confident knowing that we can beat these girls?
I was confident though, because I could recall 2022 last year when we played them. We had just, I think it was just 11 players against, yeah, that travel all the way from different destinations to Canada,
Yeah.
and they beat us just 2-0, just 2-0. So when somehow we get ourselves, like, I think I was late in that camp. I was the only person who came in after the first game. So
Yeah.
when the girls rested, we played them again, and it was draw. We were leading 2-0, and the teams were not even complete.
Yeah.
So imagine how, if you have that kind of mentality, you know that you've beaten them, you drew them in their soil, then anything can happen. But everybody knew it's gonna be a tough game, because you cannot say what happened last year will happen. Everybody was it's a World Cup, so the preparation, they played a lot of games, and you can see they win most of their games. So you can't say because we drew them last year it's gonna be the same this time. But as they prepare, you too, you prepare. As the quality, they know the quality of players they have, you also know the quality of players you have.
Mm.
So of course I was 100% sure that we'll win them, and
Mm.
that was what everyone believed in the team. So, but we also needed a point. If we can win, we needed a point, not to lose.
Yeah.
So we have a tactical coach plan for us to either win or draw. So yeah, it
Mm.
was.
Okay, let me ask you now about that a moment in that game. I think it was a very nervous moment for us Nigerian fans, and I'm sure for you on the field, it must also have been a nervous moment. We're
Mm-hmm.
playing in the game, first half, fantastic, solid performance. The team is very compact. We go in 0 at halftime. And then I think in the 47th or 48th minute, you make a foul in the box. I mean, she played for it, but at the same time, you made contact with her, and they give
Yeah.
the penalty. In that moment, when the ref blows the whistle, and they've given a penalty against you in the World Cup, what's going through your head at that time?
Funny enough, funny enough, since I've started playing football, I've never caused a penalty.
Wow.
I've gotten just 2 yellow cards in my playing career. I've never gotten anything red card. So because I hardly mark in the box, I'm a forward. My position, I'm always upward. I hardly go in the box. But based on the formation we're playing, coach wanted us to play compact and want us the wingers to help block the space. So he wanted us to go down and front and all. So I've never. I'm not a good marker. I'm a good marker outside 18, because I don't know when to. If you're a defender, you know how to calculate. You understand? And it was so fast. you know. She
Yeah.
touched the ball so fast by the time, because I watched the replay several times. I was outside hoping Ashley will clear the ball. So when the girl took the ball, then I started sprinting into the box. So by the
Yeah.
time the ball get to her, she just kind of dribble. So it was a quick action. There was no how I could control myself because I felt I'm gonna get the ball. So unfortunately, it was her leg, and the referee I was Jesus Christ, please, please, I don't want this on my head. I don't want Nigerian wahala. They will say to them, I beg, I beg, I beg. I don't want this wahala. Oh. But I said, well, if let the will of God,
Mm.
how will I put it? Let the will of God be done.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, if it happened, it's happened. It's football. I'm not the first now, not be the one, but I wish it was never a penalty, and I hope Chiamaka will save me from this. Not just Nigeria, save me from this. I was really nervous though. Something that have never happened to you, for your playing time, and then it happens at the world stage is somehow, and a striker for that matter. I'm not even a defender. Yeah. So it was worrisome, kind of. But when she saved the ball, I'm like, oil in my head. I no offend anybody.
Okay. So how many, how many drinks? What did you use to repay Chiamaka for that save? Yeah.
Nothing. I just said she saved herself, save me, save the country. So I
Okay.
just hugged her and I say thank you.
No,
That give
amazing.
her best woman of the game. So sometimes God work in mysterious ways.
Mm.
What would have happened? I'm sure she wouldn't have gotten that woman of the game, but because of that penalty, she crowned it queen of the game. So another person was spoiled for another person to go to stay okay. So her moment, she used and catch the moment. I was so proud of her, really. Yeah.
No, it was. I mean, it was a very, very good save. I was screaming when she
Yeah.
saved it. I was so happy, and it's interesting because, like you said, when something like that happens, for me, I think once she saved that penalty, my confidence just went up. That our girls are ready. We are going to do this,
Yeah.
and we had opportunities. We could have won that game, but unfortunately, it ended goalless. And I think for us, and I mean, even the coach had said it before the tournament that we needed to get a positive result against Canada, so that we don't put pressure on ourselves going into the other two games against Australia and Ireland. Okay. Let's move on to the next game. Nigeria versus Australia. We're playing in Australia against the host nation. I think the stadium had like a capacity crowd of about maybe almost 60,000. Um, Going into a match like that, when you know that you are going to look around your stadium. If you find Niger fan, you thank God. Is there any added pressure that comes with that?
No, we've played against couple of times. We play against maybe for the young players, for the new players. Really, maybe they'll feel that way. But me personally, no. I've played against people in their own soil several times, and
Yeah.
I love playing against a host country. Like I just have that feeling. I just love playing against them, to disgrace them on their own soil. This is not the first time. So, and there was a lot of Nigerians there. Don't surprise. There were so many Nigerians.
Mm.
And before the game, Russell, and Russell, the Australian striker.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we play in Washington Spirit together for 2 years. We're
Right.
team, and Kennedy. Kennedy, not Australia, but I when I play in Australia, we play in the same team with the fraud. Many of them. So I chatted Russell and I say, "Hey, I'm gonna win you right here." She's like, I said, yes, I played here before. I know a lot of people, and I know I would be so happy if I win you today. She said, please don't win us. Even if we could win anybody, don't win us. I said, okay, no problem.
We'll
Let's see
see.
how it goes. Yeah, so it was amazing feeling. The atmosphere was beautiful, and it was a proud moment for all of us, really. especially me because I played there, so I know a lot of interviews. I was, do you think we can win Australia? How will you feel? Blah blah. I only play here. This is not my hometown. This is not my country. Now I'm playing for my country, so I will go for my country before a club side. So I
Mm,
was able to shut most of them. Like, oh, okay, now you can zip up because we won. So it was beautiful.
mm. And
No, no,
when
at all.
yeah, and I want to ask, when the final whistle goes in that game, um, we had a lot of fans that before the tournament they were even saying that if Nigeria even see 1 point, we praise God. A lot of people did not believe. A lot of people doubted both the players or the coach. A lot of fans did not believe. So when we won that game against the host nation, a team that is highly ranked by FIFA, how did that make you feel? How was the atmosphere amongst the entire team?
I always say this that if more opportunity, more care, more preparations will make Nigeria a good team, a better team. Who
Mm,
will be competing with the world best teams according to FIFA rank. We are world best team too. So, but according to FIFA ranked, so I I I didn't struggle before lunch. I was telling them OC that I can feel in my bone that we'll win Australia today. I can feel it in my bone. If only we'll play to the instruction and we bring out our mind. And of course, money is involved. So anyhow you talk, you don't say money they involved now. So yeah, we need this money because if we didn't win today, we don't know what will happen tomorrow.
yeah.
So we need to win. So when truly, if you look at what the social media was saying, a lot of people were saying, even you as a player, somehow you be like, but why these people didn't just believe in you?
Mm,
As a player or believe in us. Why not just them support us, encourage us, not criticize, not saying we will not get a point from that group.
yeah.
Everything is possible in football. Whoever thought Morocco men's team will get to where they got, but the support they got from the beginning kept them going. So when people were criticizing, making a lot of comment before the tournament, I also understand based on our previous games we played last year, the AWC, how the outcome of everything. So I also understand where they were coming from.
Yeah.
So when we got the first drew, and we drew the first game, and this when we're going for a second game, I said I wish we would win so that most people, all these people who were criticizing us, who were saying bad things, would turn on, like being our super fan to support us again. So, and God so kind, everything turned up to be positively, and everyone came out fully supporting us. And yeah, it was really overwhelming from the kind of the people who actually say we will not get a point were really recommended. I say, oh, they did well, I'm proud of them. So yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
I understand where they were coming from. Trust me, I understand. If I was them, I would also think that way. If, for instance, maybe if I'm a fan, I'm not a player, and based on the games we played, we lost so many friendly games. And AWC, I would definitely say, oh, they're just going there for showbiz. They're not gonna get any point because our group was also a group of dead. Was it
Yeah.
tough? If you ask me, it was the most difficult group in that tournament. So
Yeah.
I would definitely say so. Yeah, but no hard feelings at all. It's the way they think and how they perceive the whole thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. And then moving on to the final game of the group stage, we played against Ireland. For me, I looked at the Irish team. It was their first World Cup tournament, but then at that stage, they've already been eliminated from the competition. Because they lost their first two matches. And sometimes the toughest opponents to face is an opponent that has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
They are coming into that game. All they know is that, okay, let them just go home with something. Let them just try to make their country proud, to an extent. Um, what do you think was, particularly difficult about that Ireland game? Why weren't we able to get a win in that game? Because a lot of Nigerians, they thought this is the game that we're going to win them for sure, and then we played 0-0. So why do you think that Ireland game was tough?
Island, like you said, you've already answered the question yourself because you said sometimes when people playing with people against people who has nothing to lose is more difficult. You
Mm,
know, they came in prepared. They don't want to lose all the games. They want to get a point, at least a point, to get home. And trust me, Ireland were just unlucky. They
Mm.
played very, very good against Australia. Was a penalty. They played very, very good against
Canada.
Netherlands. Sorry, what?
No, no,
Not
Canada.
Canada. They played really good. They scored Canada first before, So they were really good, and they would. I'm not even. I think that game was one of the. For me, if you ask me, the group stage was a hard game, very difficult game,
Mm.
because we needed a win to get on top. They
Mm.
needed a win to go home with. They don't want, and the whole of the stadium was their fans. They wanted to make a point. They want to take a point home. So if many people were thinking it's an easy game, we'll win the game. No, trust me, that was a very difficult game. I believe we didn't play to our, based on the 2 games we played so far, or 3 games, but trust me, that was difficult. If you're playing with people like that has nothing to lose, they come all out, they'll go hard.
Mm.
Don't care what will happen, they go all out. So yeah, for me, it was a difficult game.
And drawing that game 0-0 meant that, I mean, on the other side, Australia flogged Canada. So that meant that we finished second in our group. As
Mhm.
a player, knowing that we had the opportunity for the first time ever to go and win our group, was that something that you were a bit disappointed about, or were you just happy that we qualified?
As a player, okay, first and foremost, I'm a believer of God.
Mm.
Whatever that happens, I say it is the will of God. I can't say I was disappointed. What if we were left? What if we didn't even get a point and we're back home?
Mm.
That is, you have to give. It's a give and take. You have to minus and plus. What if you're back home? What if you're the one that going home?
Mm.
Now you have another opportunity to be here, so why not take the opportunity you have, instead of thinking, we for day first, before day. I was never disappointed. I said that is how God wanted it. Maybe
Mm.
he wants it easy for us. That is why he make us to end second in our group. So why not just appreciate him and just move on? I was never disappointed, never.
Mm.
And I was not comfortable being on the second position, and I was never disappointed not qualifying, being the first in the group stage. No, I was not. I've
Mm.
been in that tournament for long enough to know what's up, to know how tough it is for you to get to the first position or second. So most times we'll go home first round. So now that I'm opportune to play at the round of 16 without hoping someone else lose, because the last World Cup we are hoping somebody lose to make us play round of 16, and now we with ease, no stress and struggle, we are there to play round of 16. Why should I be disappointed? No, I wasn't disappointed at all.
No, amazing, amazing. And I mean, Nigerians now, the same people that do not even think that we can get 1 point from the old tournament now, all of a sudden are the people that are complaining that why did we not finish first? Why did we not win the group? So that's just the thing with
Yeah,
fans in general. You
they
cannot really
understand, they're fans, so they, and then they play past us with their field. So I understand. I
you
understand
can
it.
never you can never really please fans. That's just the way
No,
football works.
no.
Okay. Let's move forward now. Round of 16. We are matched up against England. They won their own group. Now again, people start to talk again. England. How do you want to face England? They are the European champions. They have Lauren James. They have this one. They have that one. In your mind, are you like, please, these people are talking nonsense? We are good. We can beat England. How did you feel? Facing a team like England in round of 16.
First, if I'm in a tournament, I don't read comments. Really,
Mm.
I don't read comments. I go to my social media. I post something and I run. I don't stay to reply or start reading comments, because you don't know who is who. You don't know which one will offend you and it will affect you. We're human beings. We in as much as we pretend to be strong, inside we're dying. Imagine someone just come to you today and say, "Omo, you play rubbish, so I beg, just go sit down." You might act strong, but when you go inside, that word hits differently. So if
Mm,
I'm in a tournament, I don't read comments. So I don't know what people say, but most of the players said many people were saying, they'll give us 4-0, we'll carry our bag, go home, 5. I said, now, they read comment, wait till concern me. Now, football, now, if they win us, we go home. What about
mm,
people where they win 7-0? They don't go
mm,
house now. So waiting they there. It's normal. Like I said earlier, they are fans. It's most of them believe in us. Some of them don't believe. Like my close pals, they were sending me messages. We watched England. If you guys play the way you play against Australia, definitely you would beat them. So just keep your head focused. Just concentrate. Everything is possible. Those were the things that people who are really close to me that sent through WhatsApp, not even on Twitter or Instagram. I don't read comments there at all. I don't, because
mm,
I don't want any negative thoughts. I always want positive, so I'm focusing on the positive side of it. So I don't see any negative comment, whatever they say. But I heard some of my teammates were saying it. But all the same, they have gems. We have Nigeria, the whole of Nigeria.
mm.
A tree cannot make a forest, and it's proved that day it was very obvious. She's a good player, no comment. I respect her as a person, but you cannot say because of one player the whole team is bad, or one player can overpower the whole team.
Yeah.
Not Nigeria. Because if you want strength, we'll go strength to strength. If we have some kind of preparation, or how these people learn football, if we learn it that way, I promise you, no team will ever beat Nigeria, both men and female. We have raw talents. Most of us grow before, like, start kicking ball, like
Yeah.
we're 8 years old, 9 years old. But these people start from when they're 5, 4, 6, 7. So we have raw talent. So you cannot say because of her, the whole team will lose. No, no way. At least you guys have seen the way we play. So you can't just say, it's England, they want this, they want this. That's football. Anything can happen in football. Not
Mm,
always the best team win. And that day it's proven that we were better, but we could not just win.
yeah.
So yeah.
Unfortunately. And I mean that game against England was, in my opinion, one of the best games that I've watched the Super Falcons play. Honestly, we had everything to win that game. Football, can just be like that sometimes,
Unfair.
where
Yeah,
where
football
when it just does not happen for you.
is
And
unfair. Long
look
I
at
cried. Been long I cried for football. I can't remember the last time I cried. I can't recall. Really, I can't recall the last time I cried. But I cried that day. But I didn't cry on the field. Because if
mm,
I'm crying and I see these ones, the younger ones are crying, then what will become of me? I should be consoling them, telling them, because I've been there before. But I
mm,
cried inside my room. When I got it, hit different. You see,
mm,
when you watch the replay and everything hits differently. But then I'm a sport person, and I accept that sometimes not the best team wins. And yeah, it's just not fair for us. God of soccer not there our side that day at
that
all. No,
you
first
know
half we would have won that game. First half we had so many opportunities to score that first half. It's one of the, not just Nigerian play, one of the best game in that tournament. Even when I got back here, my coach, my teammates were saying it is one of the best game in that World Cup. Yeah,
wow.
so yeah.
And I mean, it's just the way football works sometimes. I mean, we're recording this now today on Saturday. England are playing in the World Cup final tomorrow. And I looked back at the record of all their matches. They had scored in 18 competitive matches in a row. It's
Mm-hmm.
only when they played against Nigeria that they could not score. After they play Nigeria, they move on to the next round. They continue scoring again. So our game that day was just so good. Unfortunately, we hit bar twice in the match. It
Yeah.
just did not. It just did not happen for us. Okay, that penalty shootout. My
Mm.
first question: Why you not take penalty that day now?
Okay. See how it goes. Yeah. In training we practice penalty.
Mm,
So coach has already asked if you want to play. If you want to play, I said okay, I will play. So when they were asking, I think I was drinking water then. So they asked who will go first. Desire, she's our penalty anywhere, anytime,
Yeah.
every time. If she's on that field, she was the one always taking our penalties. So she said she will go first, and second, everybody was choosing. I just relaxed. I want to see how everybody go, and I wanted to go third. Rashida said she wants to go. They are young players. Let them do. Like, it's a feeling. Penalty is a feeling. If you're ready for it, and I can, because I want to play, I can't tell a player, don't play, I want to go. No, I wanted them to, everybody choose what you want, blah blah blah. If the coach have say, okay, Fanny, you go third, I would say yes. But when everybody was choosing, okay, I said at the end of the, okay, I will go six, because nobody was going for the 16th, and I would say, okay, after that, because I was so confident that we will win. I said, okay,
Mm,
after five, the fifth players, after everybody take me, I will be the sixth person to take. So I
mm,
was actually going for the number six.
mm.
So nobody say I know there be one take, but I want, it's a feeling. You can't tell somebody don't go. I want to go. It's a
Yeah.
team, yeah, and it's a feeling. If your spirit want to, if it gingers triggers you to play, of course you will play. But I really wanted to play, but then again, it is what it is.
Okay, okay. I mean, I just wanted to ask that, I mean, just jokingly. But yeah, I mean, we lost that match. Ultimately we were out of the competition in the round of 16. But I think something that was so different from what we've seen before is that even after losing that match, Nigerian fans, for almost the first time that I've seen, they were so happy, so positive, no insults, no complaint, everybody was happy. As a player, did that give you a little bit of boost that even though we lost this match, the fans are still on our side, they still love us. Was that refreshing for you to see?
Honestly, it melts my heart. Honestly, like when I was, that was the day I literally go through my comments, and I try to stay, because I couldn't fall asleep the whole night. I was awake, I was up. Me and OC, we watched the game, and we're going through some comments on Twitter, and it was all positive, no negative. It maybe you see 500 comment positive, one negative one. There's
Mm,
always been a Judas everywhere. So yeah, so that it melted my heart. I was crying again, because, like, it has never happened, not for Super Eagles, not for Super Falcons, never. You lost, you are out of a tournament, a World Cup tournament, and everyone is telling you, we're proud of you, you've done well. Man, they happened two times. So now one time it did happen, and this thing that gave no, all of us were so proud of us. It gave us a different motive
mm,
to go harder. That if we do more, if we put more, then people will appreciate us more. So it
yeah.
give us more confidence, and more, it boost us more to give more.
Mm,
So I was really, really, like, I don't know how I'm gonna express it. I wish I have a way to express how I feel or felt at that moment, seeing everybody coming out to appreciate us for what we did. It's something else. It's
mm,
something else. I really, really do appreciate them. They've done so well for that. That alone, it keep us going. It not make us think about it again. But imagine people were bashing on us. That is when you go back and start thinking. But with the energy, the vibe, the positive vibe given to us was is magical. It
mm,
boosts our confidence. It take us from here to here. That if we do more, we'll be appreciated more. So yeah.
yeah. And let me ask you this question, because you said it at the start of our conversation that, Nigeria always has good players. So why do you think that this year we were able to perform? Is there something unique that happened, that made us to be able to perform to the highest level that we have? Why was this year just different?
Let me. I think was it me. There was a day me and Aziza were talking about Super Falcon, the how we join, how everything changes, everything. Like if going forward or we're going backward in terms of preparations and all. like what we would do to help the team, or So I said to Aziza that since I've been with the Super Falcons this year, this World Cup, the the timing of between the World Cup proper, the mm, the training tour was not well organized, was not taken care of, was not well prepared. Let me put it that way. But if you see, this is the first time Nigeria has played friendly games back to back every FIFA window. For the past 16 years I've been with the Super Falcons. We've never. Sometimes the only friendly games we'll play with boys in Abuja if we're in
Mm.
camp. We never got any international. Sometimes if we're going for other of my teammates will be going for FIFA windows for games and all, they will ask, Franny, are you not going? I said, no, I'm not going. I don't have any tournament. We only go to national team when we have tournament, when we have qualifiers. But
Mm.
FIFA windows, like normal friendlies, we don't. But since from 2001 till 2002, in fact 2003, we've been having back-to-back friendly games, and you can tell from there the team bonding, the spirit, the energy is quite different from the one we usually get before. Imagine for the since 2021 till now, check how many games. I give you assignment, check how many games we've played, and go back from 2020 to uh, to 10 to 12 years ago. You will see how many friendly games we played. So
Mm.
if even though at this period everybody was thinking we needed to play good, not everybody, even me, including me, were thinking we needed some quality games to prepare us to the tournament. But then again, we can as well tell that we had so many friendly games,
Yeah.
quality friendly games. So that alone has to prepare us, because we
Mm.
cannot keep. I think that is what the contribution, the success of this World Cup, and I hope we will take it from here. We'll not go back.
Yeah.
We will keep
And
going and going. Yeah.
I was you almost already have even started my next question for me. You know, moving forward, what do you think? I mean, like any reasonable person, I assume, the goal from here now is to improve on what we've already done this year so that we can keep getting better. Another
Mm.
WAFCON is coming up in a year's time, and then in another 4 years, World Cup, Olympics,
Olympic.
Olympics is also coming up.
Yeah.
So in your own opinion, what do you think needs to be done for us to even take it up another level?
I think we should all keep the team together. Don't try to disorganize the team. Even if you want to bring in one or two players, it's okay. Like inject where you think you lack players. You can bring in, but saying you want to call a different face, it's like we're going backward,
Mm.
because we have so many young players on this team, so that can still play for the next 14 years. So just keep them together. Get quality friendly games as much as you can. Just that. I think we will surpass and take care of the team. You
Mm.
know, listen to their needs, provide their needs. That is what footballers need. We can we can play without taking care of our bodies. National team is different from club side. That's a country. You're taking the whole of responsibility of a country on your head. You
Mm.
need every preparation needed to you to make you prepare, like to give your 100%.
Yeah.
So if only we'll be taking care of more, giving all our needs, answering to our needs, and keeping the team together, getting more quality friendlies, even when we don't have tournament, it will go a very long way.
Mm. Amazing, amazing. And yes, I think I've asked you all the questions that I had about the World Cup. It's been interesting. To round off now, what are you expecting? What's next for Francisca Ordega? I mean, I know you're back with your club now. For anybody that is going to continue watching you, what can they expect to see? More goals, more assists. What can they expect, or even off the field? Is there anything that you have planned or you have going on?
I'm back with my team. I'm focusing on my team. I'm here because they believe in me. So yeah, I have to help them win the league, win the cup games. We have another semifinals coming up next month. We
Mm.
have the league. This is the second round. We're almost finishing. The league ends in November, so we're second on the log. Hopefully, we'll win the league. Fingers crossed, we'll win the league and win the semifinals, play the finals, and off the field. This is me. Nothing more, nothing less. This is me. I'm always like this. This is always Francisca Ordega. People who knows me right from time know this is me. I don't pretend. I don't do more than this. I know they do past myself. So yeah, they will always see me. They make up girls. They call me say. They tell me say, and they make up. They play football. They say that makeup queen. Maybe they should see more of makeup outside though. They should
Mm.
see more of maybe I'll go do make I'll go learn makeup classes. So maybe so that I'll make up well. But funny, it's so funny. I have to be unique. You have to do
Mm.
something different, to be unique
Mm.
from every other person. And that is my signature. And I wish another player would take from there, even when I'm not
Mm.
on the national team. I wish
No,
we're women, man. I'm a
you
woman.
have
I'm
to.
not
No,
a man.
you have to look good at the end of the day. Yeah.
See these girls, you know the kind of makeup they put on every day. I have teammates that cannot even play if they don't put any powder on their faces. I'm telling
Mm.
you. And people will say, "Oh, she looks pretty." Then me, I'm trying to look pretty on the field, and you want to criticize me for doing. Hell no. So maybe
Mm.
I will put purple. 4 years ago, they call me Ya Purple because I did purple
Your
hair
purple hair,
and
yeah.
long down. Yeah, they say yeah, purple. This year now, I even regret why I even cut my hair. Maybe I would have put green, white, green, proper plus the makeup, so they'll join everything. But then again, yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. So nobody should expect anything extraordinary from me. But with my
Mm.
team, for sure, I really want to win, um, the league with them for sure. And of course, I'll score a lot of goals, and
Mm.
I'll assist a lot of goals, assists. Yeah. So
No,
what's
amazing.
up with that?
And then I guess my final question is, what is your message to your fans, Nigerian fans all around the world that are going to be watching and listening to this, interview? What is your message to them?
First of all, I love them. Even the ones that don't love me, I love them. I understand their feelings. I understand why they don't love me, but I love them back.
Mm.
And the ones that truly, truly did for me, my talk I'm been broken, where West everybody, like the ones who did for me with all my heart, every day, every night. It's not easy to support somebody you don't know.
Mm.
I love one person deep inside of my heart, like, but I don't know the person, but I love him, so I know how it be for you to love person where you don't know. Just say I love this person for what the person do. Is not common. I promise it's not common. And even in my bad times, my good times, they are still there for me. It means a lot. And if you're a young and upcoming football player, you want to be playing, if you want to become a professional football player, you should really, really have your plans, like put it down somewhere, just
Mm.
write them down. Know what you want, go for it, and don't listen to any criticism. If you try to, and don't try to compare yourself with anybody. If you try, that's your downfall. Don't think that because Francisca start from here under 17, she go to the Super Falcons. It's not gonna be the same. So you have to. It's a step. It's a gradual process. You have to
Mm.
one step at a time. If you play on the 20, on the 17, plan to play on the 20. From there, you can just go. So
Mm.
believe in yourself. Trust in your ability. Don't let anyone talk you down on your dreams, not even your parents, not even your close siblings.
Mm.
No, be disciplined. It's very, very important. And love, peace.
All right, all right. Thank you very much, Francisca Ordega. We'll keep watching you, we'll keep supporting you, and hopefully more trophies, more wins, and maybe we'll see you in another 4 years. Who
Boy,
knows?
yeah, I think I will be pregnant. I think I will have my babies then. I think.
Ah, Are you planning to get pregnant? The way you
No,
said it.
4 years I might have babies. I love babies. I might really. I might have babies. I don't want to play football forever. I'm a woman. I'm
Mm,
beautiful. I don't want to play football forever. I want to have a family, start a
mm.
family. But I'm not saying
Okay.
maybe in the next 4 years. But if una no see me, when I no say I don't.
So okay, maybe I'm the one that is not informed. Are you already, do you already have a husband, somebody that, or is this all going to happen within the next 4 years?
If it happen in the next 1 month, if it happen in the next 3 months, it no matter. Now waiting you want, nine God will do no plans now, no boyfriend. No, I might have kids without a husband. Don't forget this. The world is changing. But no, of course now. If it happen in the next 1 year, if it happen next 2 months, 3 months, you never know.
Okay.
But
I mean,
yeah,
we'll
maybe
we'll
my
we'll,
in the next 4 years.
we'll keep our eyes open. We'll keep our eyes open,
we'll
to see what
we'll
happens.
see.
All right.
Yeah.
It's been fun talking to you. I kept you longer than I said I would. See, this is my problem. When I start talking about football, sometimes they finish. But the conversation was interesting. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. I thank you so much for the work you put on promoting our players. It's nobody paying you for this. Even though you're trying to, it's your profession. You want to get somewhere someday, but putting our girls out there for the world to see, it means a lot. During our time when we started, nobody was there to do all this for us. I promise.
Mm,
I wouldn't have granted this interview or whatever, but somehow I feel like now these girls, I need to speak more now because in the
mm,
nearest future I might not be there. Then what was my impact apart from having a foundation helping people? What next? So during our time, nobody was there to be putting us on their platform and saying a lot of positive things about us. But now that everyone is coming out to support the girls and do a lot for them, it takes so much to do that, and having your time to do that, even though it's your profession, you are trying to make a living out of it, but still,
yeah.
I must recommend you guys for what you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Bye bye.
Bye. Okay. Ciao.